We're back again. I know you have anticipated. I know you have waited for me again. And I'm right here for you. I know we stopped last time on the definition of love, and we're able to figure out what love is. So today, on this second episode with Pete Harris, I will be having the discussion with us on the operation of love. How does love operate? Now you told us that love is a commitment. Now you told us that love is not the things we used to know. So how does love operate? So on this episode, I will simply be talking to us on the operations of love. I will also be asking us some questions which I want us to sit back. I want us to think on them. I want us to ponder on them. See, this thing we call love and we're doing, it's taking part of our lives. And if we're doing it, I think it's best we do it well. So everything that is worth doing, I tell you, it is worth doing well. Because what we spend in the name of we love, is a part of our lives. And if our life is going into something, don't you think we should do it well? Don't you think it's deserving of the best from us? And if we're giving something our best, then it's definitely, turn is not the best, then we shouldn't find ourselves doing it. See, my passion goes a lot for the ladies, because we tend to put ourselves in the place of the victim. Nobody put us there, we put ourselves there. So it's high time we lend ourselves some senses and do it well. So how does love operate? I want to ask you, the operations of love that you've been doing, or that we know, is it foolish? How do you act in the name of love? Do you behave so foolish all in the name of I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love? You act out of course, you act out of order, because you think that is what love is. You think when it is love, naturally your senses are supposed to just drop. You think when it is love, you just have to start operating in a lower dimension of senses, because love just acts. No, now, have you forgotten that we define love to be commitment? How do commitment, something you place your life on, a pledge, how does it act irrational? How is it foolish? It can't be. Commitment can never be foolish. But that thing that is in your chest, that they show us in film, that is how we know the way. That is the one that is foolish. Love is not foolish. So that thing you're doing, that operation of love you've been operating in, is it foolishness or is it commitment? I wanted to start thinking and asking yourself. And I want to ask, is it naive? Hey! Love is not naive at all. It's not naive at all. At all. You act childish. You act as though you are bewitched because you are in love. You are so ignorant, all in the name of love. Because probably you watch some plays, and then as a lover person, you're just supposed to be going like a sheep, like they're using rope to tie. That is not what love is. Commitment is smart. Commitment is decisive. So you can't be naive and call up and say you are in love. What is happening to you as a naive person, and you're calling that to be love, is that you're operating from a place of pure ignorance. Because love is not meant to be naive at all. So that thing you are into, and you are in there out of a place of naivety, is not love. It's not love at all. It's love gullible. It's what you're doing, you being gullible. That you just told them anything, you just go by it. You just read something, you just see something, you just watch something, and that is what they say, and just say, okay, maybe that is how love is. And someone is manipulating your life because you're gullible, and you stick with it, and you're like, but he loves me, but we're in love now. You're operating from the place of the highest realm of foolishness. That is not love at all, darling. Love is not gullible. Love is wise. Love is intentional. That one that you are doing as though they put your head under is not love. Love is not gullible at all. So if what you've been doing is just you operating an act of being gullible and you've been calling it love all this while, it's not love. So if that time you get out of it, if you find yourself in this situation, because love doesn't operate like the operation of love is not in these categories. Is love irrational? That decision, that irrational steps you've taken, all in the name of I'm in love. Love is not irrational. Because irrationality is symbolic to being selfish. And love is not that way. That step you're taking, you don't consider anybody because you are in love. You don't even think about your life, that you don't own it. There is a God that sat down to think of you. There's a God that sat down to plan you into being. He's not even putting your consideration all in the name of love. Because you were told love is rational. You watch it in K-dramas that love is rational. You just feel it, you just do it. You just think it, you just do it. As much as the other person, it pleases the person you are in it together. Love is not rational. That rationality that is telling you to have sex unprotected. Number one, you don't have business with sex. Number two, unprotected, and then you got pregnant and dated with a pregnancy, all in the name of love. That is this act of irrationality, selfish. That is not love. And I want to ask you, is love truly blind? Because in my understanding of commitment, commitment sees and commitment is clear. Before I made a commitment and a pledge to put my life into something, that means I have reasoned it out. That tells you that love doesn't lose its senses. So definitely love is not blind. Ladies, how many of us have made terrible decisions that mark our life, and we mark it for the rest of our lives, all in the name of love, all in the name of I'm in love with him. Others are stuck in a terrible past, but will never leave them. Shame that they will never be able to wash off themselves. They stick to their body like a stigma and a plague for the rest of their lives, all in the name of love, or because of some decisions they made because they thought that is how love is expected to be. You know, I remember when I was much younger, I see all around me unwanted pregnancies. People who opt out of school because they were in love. And they made some decisions that puts them in a state that they can't go on in the future with their age mates because of what the so-called love and emotion put them in, because of the state they find themselves. That time, I made a decision. Hey, I said, I will never be found in this position, because I realized whatever took away my future, whatever decision I made, take away my future, my dreams, and the calling of the Lord for my life, that definitely will not be love. Whatever keep me stuck in pain will never be love. Are you stuck? Are you always crying? Are you always making up and mending, making up, breaking up, coming down? And the tears out. And that is love. Love doesn't operate like that. So it's high time you call yourself to order. See, there's that season in a man's life when you sit down and ask some reasonable question and say, what am I really doing? You define your action and make the right adjustment and decisions. I want you to look back at the errors and mistakes you've made. If it is gullible, if it is foolish, if it is naive, if it is irrational, if it is blind, if it is senseless, they are not love. They are never the operations of love. So I want you to leave in your comment section some painful past experience of love that you can talk about and you wish you never go back to them again. or you're making the decision not to go back to it. I look forward to it, and I look forward to having a conversation with you from these comments that you leave. See you at the next episode. The Lord bless you. Take care.